Hello, everyone. Chances are that every morning you make the same dangerous mistakes as millions of other older adults. Often, in the morning, you might experience dizziness, fluctuations in blood pressure, and unusual weakness. This could be due to subtle yet very dangerous morning habits that we have been repeating for years. Today, I will show you how these mistakes can silently and negatively impact our health. Most importantly, I will explain how to correct them without making drastic changes to your lifestyle. We tend to think, as long as I woke up, everything is fine. But for an older person's body, the morning can be a real challenge. As we age, our bodies become more vulnerable despite their resilience, and any small misstep can trigger serious issues. You will learn how to set the right tone for your day from the very first moments after waking up, allowing you to live it in a more energetic, healthy, and clear-minded state. Pay close attention to the five main mistakes I'll discuss, and make sure to watch until the end, because the fifth mistake is the most obvious yet one of the most dangerous. Let's begin with the first one, jumping out of bed. This seemingly innocent habit can be harmful to your brain. Have you noticed that you often get up abruptly as if someone pressed a power button? Sometimes you even rush to the kitchen, forgetting that your body hasn't fully transitioned out of its nighttime state yet. From the outside, it may seem energetic, but inside your body, there's a surge happening. The heart doesn't have enough time to adjust blood flow to an upright position, especially after the age of 60 or 70, when our cardiovascular system operates more slowly. When you lie down, blood is distributed throughout your body in a specific way. As soon as you jump to your feet, your brain may experience a temporary lack of oxygen, known as orthostatic hypotension. This can manifest as sudden weakness, a feeling of lightheadedness, or even fainting. To avoid this jolt, give yourself a morning pause right after you open your eyes. Don't rush to get up. Take a moment to count to 30. Gently move your toes and fingers to signal your body that it's time to rise. Then sit up and dangle your legs over the edge of the bed for a few more seconds. Rotate your shoulders and gently move your head. This simple ritual will take less than a minute, but can significantly reduce the risk of falls and unpleasant consequences. Older adults who have developed the habit of taking a morning pause tend to complain less about fluctuations in blood pressure during the early hours of the day. The second mistake is neglecting to drink water. A lack of hydration can harm your heart. When you wake up, you might not feel thirsty at all, and this can be a significant trap. As we age, the thirst center in our brain diminishes, so you may not notice dryness in your mouth and think, I don't feel like drinking. Why should I put my body through that? However, during the night, your body loses fluids through sweating, breathing, and the functioning of internal organs. If you don't replenish that water in the morning, your blood can become thicker, forcing your heart to work harder to pump it. Researchers have noted that regular morning hydration, drinking water, can reduce the risk of hypertension in older adults. Try establishing a simple rule. Drink water immediately after waking up. Place a glass next to your bed or on your nightstand so that it catches your eye before your coffee or tea does. This is one of the easiest habits that can support your cardiovascular system and kickstart your entire body. The third mistake is drinking coffee or tea on an empty stomach. This can be a strain on both your stomach and nervous system. Many people love their morning coffee or tea. The aroma brings comfort and a pleasant sense of awakening. If you are over 60 or 70 years old and take your first sip of coffee or tea on an empty stomach, you risk triggering aggressive acid secretion in your stomach without any protective buffer from food. This can lead to heartburn, irritation of the mucous membranes, and over time, exacerbate chronic gastrointestinal issues. Additionally, coffee stimulates the production of cortisol, the stress hormone. In healthy amounts, this isn't a bad thing, but for older adults, a sudden spike in cortisol can lead to tachycardia, fluctuations in blood pressure, and increased anxiety. It's not necessary to eliminate coffee altogether. However, it's wise to have a small snack before reaching for your cup. A piece of fruit, a slice of bread, or a few nuts can act as a buffer to protect your stomach lining and prevent coffee from hitting your nervous system too harshly. This way, drinking coffee will be more enjoyable, and you'll avoid unpleasant sensations that many attribute to age-related ailments. The fourth mistake is ignoring morning stiffness. You wake up and feel as if your back is stiff, your knees feel wooden, and your shoulders ache. In youth, we simply get up and move on, hardly noticing any discomfort. However, as we age, such sensations become more frequent, and many people tend to ignore them until serious pain sets in. At night, the body likes to conserve resources. Muscles relax, joints receive less lubrication, and blood flow slows down. If you immediately engage in vigorous activity, stretching for a shelf, bending down for slippers, or carrying a heavy kettle, you are doing so with cold joints and unprepared muscles. This can lead to minor microtraumas, ligament tears, increased inflammation, and exacerbation of conditions like osteoarthritis or osteochondrosis. Muscle spasms may then remind you of this throughout the day. What can you do? Incorporate a few simple movements into your morning routine without getting out of bed. Start with gentle warm-ups for your feet and hands, light neck rotations to the left and right, and a few stretches like a cat does upon waking. Give your body a couple of minutes to wake up. This way, your entire musculoskeletal system will be ready for activity, and those minor painful episodes will occur much less frequently. The fifth mistake is slouching from the very first moment. This leads to reduced oxygen intake. Have you ever noticed that if you hunch over in the morning, feelings of fatigue set in more quickly? This is not a coincidence. For older adults, it often feels more comfortable to sit hunched over at the edge of the bed, and it may seem easier to get up that way. However, such a posture sends a signal to the body that we are feeling down. Scientists have long established a connection between posture and psychological state. When you slouch, your lungs are compressed, which means less oxygen is getting in, and both your brain and muscles are deprived of fuel. This can also affect your mental state, leading to lethargy, apathy, and even anxiety. Try to straighten up from the very first moments after waking. Before getting out of bed, roll your shoulders back and take a deep breath. When you sit up, place your feet on the floor and feel the support beneath you. Imagine that your head is reaching upward while your tailbone is grounding down. This way, you communicate to your body, I am ready, I am awake, I want to live fully. This isn't magic, it's biology. When the body feels free, it's easier to breathe, all systems operate in their proper rhythm, and the brain receives enough oxygen. Do you want to know why this works? First, it's due to age-related changes in metabolism. After 60, metabolism can decrease by 15 to 20%, and the body requires more care for all systems to function smoothly. The morning mistakes we discussed can exacerbate metabolic disorders and provoke issues with blood pressure and heart health. A lack of morning sunlight can impact not only our circadian rhythms, but also our vitamin D levels, which are essential for bone strength, immune function, and mental health. This is particularly important during the winter months. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. Therefore, engaging the muscles in your legs, back, and neck in the morning can be beneficial. It helps maintain muscle tone and reduces the risk of falls. To understand how simple these practices are, just remember a few key points. Don't get up too quickly. Drink water in the morning, and if you prefer tea or coffee, after having a small snack like nuts. Maintain good posture and ensure your room has plenty of natural light in the morning. Try incorporating at least one of these tips tomorrow morning. Remember, your age is just a part of your story, not a sentence for illness and weakness. Every morning offers a chance to take a step toward better health, greater comfort, and clarity of mind. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, friends.